What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi Fruit Loop. What you
I
know?
wanna say we're back.
Fancy meeting you here. So
Yes.
we want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Two Cool T-shirt quilts. If you're on YouTube, look behind me. You see my Clemson pillow. I was about to say blanket. I'm dreaming of my blanket pillow and our Pretty Lies pillow. They do memorial blankets, T-shirt quilts. You can get creative with her. They work
Yeah.
with you to
I
get
I
what you want.
like I like the pillow she did for Taylor
Those were cool. Yeah, she
because
did my kids one. She did
it's
all
like
3 of
the
my kids one.
old school looks like your great-grandmother's quilt that she made, like, it was really cool.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
creative and very thoughtful. Like
yeah.
all 3 of their pillows, when I talked
Well,
to
sh
her, she
yeah,
took notes, and then a few weeks later their pillows are here and they are so much like them.
yeah.
So, we are gonna jump back into the iCloud timeline for this today. We're kinda on a roll with it. So, on June 21st, now remember, where we left off last night was after they did this text back and forth about the fire and the blinding light and all that stuff. So, on June 21st, Lori conducted a web search for Social Security, and that took her to a benefits estimator.
Yep.
And that's where you enter in as if somebody has passed away, how many minor children they have, and then you are given an estimate of the benefit you would receive every month after that death. So, June 24th, this is when Lori moves into the house that Charles was murdered in. The other one was Tomahawk Lane. Now we're over at the Four Leaf Lane, whatever it is.
That he paid for.
Yeah. So June 27th, Zulema texts Lori, do you think there is a way to change Hiplos to the light?
Iplos.
Iplos. I'm sorry. I want to say
Iplos.
Hiplos, but I love saying Iplos. So
Okay, can I tell you where my mind goes when I see that word?
more.
You remember that game as a kid, Hungry Hungry Hippo?
Yes, dude. We should get that game and
Yeah.
totally play it.
Yeah. Meow, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it'd
should
be
get
very
old
loud.
school 80s games and have game night with that stuff.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be fun.
Life. Remember how you had
Yeah,
like little pegs as a husband and wife, and then you got kids and there were
yeah.
little pegs in your car? That was the
Yep,
best.
yep.
Innocent times. So June 28th is when Charles and Adam start to arrange for Adam to come to Phoenix so he can be with Charles when they confront Lori about these wackadoodle beliefs.
Yep. So on June 29th, he sent the following email to Adam. Adam, open this letter and see what she did. I'm not sure if the relationship with her and Chad Daybell, but they are up to something. She created an email alias for me as I've never set this one up. She sent this yesterday, and I guess she forgot all her emails are on the computer at my house. I asked her to explain it, and she started blaming you, Brandon, and me for perpetuating. That's a funny word.
Spit it out, sister.
I know, right? A scheme against her, just more of her paranoia. She will not explain it. I'm going to send it to Chad Daybell's wife. Her name is Tammy, and I found her email address on their website. I've got her cell number too. Sounds very suspicious to me. What do you think? Whenever she gets caught doing this kind of stuff, she starts blaming everybody else. Mostly me, you, and Brandon. Brandon and I are the victims of her craziness. I wish you luck trying to help her. I was the only one brave enough to try to get her help in January, and look what happened to me. The whole family put a scarlet letter on me. Maybe now they can see what they're up against. Thanks. So the same morning at 9:16 a.m., he emailed Tammy Daybell, and we had been in question about this the whole time. Did he
Mhm.
contact her before he died? So he says the subject was your husband and my wife, Lori. Tammy, my name is Charles Vallow. I have some vital and disturbing information regarding your husband and my wife. My wife Lori. This is your work email, so I'll wait to send you the evidence that is very disturbing. You may call or email me from the address where you can receive the information. I apologize to be the one sending this, but something has to be done. I feel it's best if I shed some light on the issue. In quotes, regards, Charles Vallow.
Yeah. So if you read further down in the notes, investigators were never able to confirm that she actually received the email. I think I do have something down here about it. But essentially, they contacted that school district and was able to access that email, and there was just no trace of it. Now, she could have deleted it.
Yep.
They don't know. And then there, I think later on, this is some very recent stuff I have found. It looks like maybe he tried to get in touch with her again at some point, but I don't know if they've ever confirmed it actually happened. Although, if you remember, this is in June, so we know she died in October, or she was
Yeah.
murdered in October. There were coworkers who said her demeanor was very different
Yep.
than what she normally was. So
Yeah.
I kind of think even if Charles did not reach out to her, Tammy was a smart lady. There are a
She
lot of
knew.
signs when a spouse is cheating.
Yep.
So I think if Charles didn't get to her, she figured it out on her own.
Yeah, and I will say this, inside of school, the email is how you communicate with everybody. So
Mhm.
you do check that email a lot.
Yeah. But also, I know
Um,
when I worked in the school district, sometimes I would not get emails from parents because it would flag it
yeah.
as junk, especially if anything had any kind of an attachment. So we don't know for sure, but I think she did know at the end that he was a
Yeah.
cheetah.
Yep. So 9 at 09:32 hours, Charles sent an email to Chad Daybell at the email reads as follows. Chad, I'm Lori's husband, but I gathered you already knew this. She sent an email yesterday, supposedly written by me to KK.
Mhm.
Who was that? Oh, that was
That's that's
was it
that fake email, that Karen Walker email
Karen?
account, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
KK.
yeah.
Yeah.
Inviting you to Arizona next week and to ghostwrite a book I'm supposedly working on. It's preposterous. I happened to run across it as she left her computer at our Houston home. I'm not paying anybody for anything, and I'm not writing a book. Either you or Lori need to tell me what's going on, or this will be exposed for all to see. Regards, Charles Vallow.
Well, let's just say Charles put it out there.
Yeah,
Good for Charles. I think Charles was done playing games at this point.
yeah,
I think,
yeah,
and I don't think he did this out of spite. I think he did it because he felt like Tammy deserved to know.
yeah,
I think that he's on the other end of it. But at the same time, too, it could have been a little, maybe a last ditch effort to get Tammy and Chad to talk and maybe reconcile or figure this out. You never know what's going through somebody's mind who really just wants his family back together.
yeah. So then at 09:36 hours, he added, "And does your wife know you have several of Lori's dance videos? Explain how that is in any way appropriate. She sent them to you at your request in January." Charles
Boom.
wasn't playing. He was like,
No, Charles, let's lay it all out. So between 1:14 and 1:27 p.m. on the same day, Charles sends a series of Word documents from his Gmail to his iCloud account that were written by Lori about her religious delete beliefs. Okay, so this is called the Lily Connections document. There's James and Elena, which is Lori and Chad. They have 7 children in their past life, 4 sons, 3 daughters. The male, Kenneth, it says Kenneth and then it says name Simon. He was a 5.1 light and it has a 3 by his name. So I guess maybe this is his third rotation or whatever they call it.
yeah,
So, and then you have a female, Melanie, which is spelled with the I like Melanice. So she's saying Melanie Pulowski was a daughter in a past life. She's a 3 light. There's a female, Jada, 4.3 light. There is a male, his name is Jace, and he's a 5.1 light, and it has a 3 behind him. He's 16, tall, and the high school quarterback.
of course. Look, I read that book. He was not an athlete, so
No, 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 no.
he gonna dream up this that
Yeah,
one of
I
his
remember we
kids
made
was
fun of
a
it for a while.
yeah.
And then the last child of theirs, Jenny, she was a 4.3 light, has the number 3 by it. Get this. She was one of the dream girls.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, these people are full of themselves.
Uh,
So Lori's guardian angels, she has 9. Okay. Emmeline B to be replaced by Stacy soon. It says Laura, but it has Lolly in parentheses. Novell, Joyce, Valerie, Gail 1, Manny, and it has Madge out to the side. And then 8 and 9 are blank. So I was like, I guess those last 2 quit.
oh yeah, they was out.
I'm out.
He
I'm
couldn't think
good.
of nobody else. He was like, "I'm done making up these names." He ran
and
out.
and then she does JJ's past lives. So 400 BC among the lost tribe of Manasseh.
Manasseh, I think. I don't
Yeah,
know.
y'all gonna let
We'll
us know
probably
how it
y'all know.
is.
Go
I
ahead.
should have Googled the pronunciation in Northern Europe. Son of James and Elena. So she's saying that JJ is Chad and Lori's son in a past life. Jonathan Elliott Edwards, 1745 to 1801. And then there's a bunch of numbers and letters after.
Somebody's license plate number looks like.
It looks like my cat stepped across my cat might have
Yeah.
stepped across my thing. Okay. 4.2 today. So that means he's a 4.2 light. Lori Vallow is a 4.3 light. Lania, daughter of Methuselah, married Neil A. Maxwell. Elena, daughter of Jesus's half brother Judas, married James the Just. In her 4th rotation in whatever galaxy she's in, Prophet Moroni's wife,
There we go.
4.2, Mary French, wife of Robert Smith. And then she's a 4.3 today. So they have their 7 missions document. These were the 7 tasks they were supposed to do before the gathering or after or whatever. You go ahead and spurt those out, Fruit Loop.
So 7 missions to accomplish together. 1, translate ancient records. 2, write the book about the translation process. 3, identify locations in northeast Arizona of white camps. 4, presidency of the Church of the Firstborn. 5, help establish the food distribution as the tribulations start and to delegate. 6, ordain individuals to translation as the camps begin. 7, provide supplies to righteous members of families. She also lists histories for Nicole, Serena, Christina, Melanie Gibb, Melanie Pulowski, Jason Mao, and Thor.
Yep.
So July 1st, Lori sets up a new iCloud account to communicate with Chad, and Chad obtained a phone which was listed as
Gosh, man.
Bubby under Lori's contacts.
Yeah, Bubby.
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 Hey, he used a fake
Bubby.
name, Boyd. Who comes up with these names? It's so funny.
Chad Daybell does.
Yeah, he uses a fake name, Boyd, to set the phone up, giving an address of Mesa, Arizona. This is the same number he would call Valley of the Sun Mortuary with the day Charles was murdered, inquiring about cremation cost, which we posted, right?
Yeah, and I actually have a summary of this call. Ooh, let me find it. There it is. So I'm going to pop this up real quick and go through it since that just happened.
Sure.
This was July 11th. There were 2 calls. Call number 1, the mortuary was closed, so he got the answering service. He identified himself as Chad Daybell, but he spelled it Dabal to the lady. It's like a moron. It's the same name when you say it, so you're going to change the spelling?
So
Chad
he says
Dayball.
Daybell on the call?
He kind of says Dayball. You could tell
Oh,
he's trying to
wow. I haven't
So he
listened to it
told
yet, but
he told the operator that his uncle passed away in Chandler and he was trying to help his family with services. And he said his uncle's name is John Myron Dayball. He said his uncle died at a hospital in Arizona and was possibly being taken to the medical examiner's office. And he wanted an estimate for cremation and having the remains shipped to New Orleans, where they would later have a service. And when asked for his phone number, he gave an area code of 515, said he didn't know his own phone number, and he kind of giggles. And then he was transferred to the mortuary. Do you have this page up?
I don't. I don't know
Okay,
where
so
you
I'll just
are.
this is really quick. I'll run through it.
Yeah, you do it.
Call
Go
number
ahead.
2, he retells the story of his uncle. He says, "I'm just starting the process for the family. He didn't have many relatives. I'm his nephew. I live in Iowa." The employee offered condolences, and Chad took a deep breath as if he was sad and said emotionally, "Yeah, it's hard to see him go." And I think he's going to the medical examiner. I don't know all the details, but what the family basically wants is to have him cremated there in Chandler and then shipped and have his remains shipped to New Orleans. And we'll deal with the service later. And he giggles after saying this.
Like,
Like he
what the
giggles.
world?
Oh my
What the
gosh.
world?
It's all, you know what it remind me of when we would pick up the phone way before caller ID and like call our neighbor. Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah, it's
I
like the
mean, it's
Grinch.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like he's giggling after all this. It's so crazy.
yeah.
So he just says he's trying to get a ballpark price. The operator comes back. We can do this for 1,695. She tells what that includes. And then she also gives other fees, such as to have the remains shipped, it would be 150. And then Chad says, "Okay, you mean something like UPS, I guess." And he giggles again.
He oh my goodness.
I know, right?
I mean, how you gonna be giggling when you talking about a death?
Because
I mean, you
he's
ain't talking to the candy store, you talking to the cremation place.
the last stop.
Yeah.
So close to 2,000, probably kind of a ballpark guess. Okay, well, that helps me a lot. I need to call 1 or 2 others, but I'll get back to you if we come in that direction. Thank you very much. And so that's the call to the mortuary.
Wow.
Yeah,
S
wow.
That's crazy. So, July 2nd, Zulema texts Lori at 7:51 PM. "Thanks for meeting me today. It's so amazing to work with you. My faith strengthens every time I'm with you. Could you check on a person for me? I'm to teach her how to work on the earth. Her veil is very thin. From what I understand, um, from where was I? Oh, from what I understand, her name is Jenny. Also, I was given instructions today to rip, tear, or burn the aura of Iplos to let the body energy out so he can't re-enter." Sorry, my sugar's like dropping, so
Oh,
I'm good though. Keep going, we're good. 8:11 PM, Zulema texts Chad. "Hello, Chad." That sounds like the State Farm commercial. What is it? What are you wearing? Yeah.
sounds like
"Hello,
something Chad
Chad."
would ask.
I know, right?
Yeah.
"What are you wearing? Khakis?" No.
Hello,
Um,
sweet Melanie.
yeah. So "Hello, Chad. I hope all is well with you. You have been on my mind a lot lately. I'm going to Chile in 2 weeks. I'm going to stay with family. Could you check them for me, just in case I need special shields? My cousin, his wife, and their son, my mother, my grandmother, my brother." So then Chad responded to Zulema, "I'm very happy to find out these estates. You and Lolo have been doing amazing work. Mother Earth is so grateful to you both. Thank you as well for your help with Iplos. He is so very close." So
Man.
then July 8th at 1:22 PM, Lori texts Zulema, "Ask if we can call up a California earthquake for tomorrow. Iplos will be heading there tomorrow in Valencia. Sadly, he is still okay, but we are going to continue to work on him. The elements will obey eventually."
Yep. So at 6:19, Zulema to Lori, "I had to get home so I could go in my portal out there. I asked if we do that. The ramifications of the things to come we are not ready for at this time. From what I understand is that when Iplos is gone, things are going to be a domino effect, one thing after another." Boy, did she call it. Just not in the way they thought. What we do need to do is be ready for all that is coming. So we jump to July 11th, which is the day Charles was murdered. Like we said on the last episode, we're going to have to go back and forth a bit as we get through these documents. 11:31 p.m. This is after the murder. Zulema texts Lori. "As I was working on Iplos today in the temple, I was told he will be taken as he is. I don't know what that means. Then I was shown only to put light, the brightest light from the top and the bottom at the same time, meeting in the middle. So I've been doing that all day. 7:11. I hope today is a good day for all this to end."
Golly.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
I mean, it's yeah. And remember, July 11th was a very significant day for Lori and Melanie after they met.
yep, yep.
So July go ahead.
I just can't understand. You're taking someone's life.
Yeah, they're acting like it's a game.
Yeah, yeah.
So July 13th, text between Chad, she used the name Bubby in her phone again. The text is in regards to a restraining order Brandon had taken out, and Chad said he can't just do that, just like he can't get a restraining order against you. The mediator would make that clear. You and Al didn't have any charges against you regarding Charles's murder. Chad said he would talk to someone whose husband was a police officer. He said they were dark. Chad asked Lori if Brandon knew about Charles's text messages, and we're assuming about the intervention.
Okay,
But
here again, this is where Chad just says stuff and makes up stuff he doesn't know anything about.
right. So
Yeah,
investigators found screenshots of the text between Adam and Charles on another iCloud account of Lori. So we do know that she got those. It was
yeah.
back in June though when her sister was alerted that they
I
were coming
wonder.
in.
I wonder if those screenshots were not taken from Charles's phone the day he died because they took his phone,
Mhm.
and we know she had his phone.
Oh yeah.
And I think those were taken that day and sent. Just
Mhm.
that's my opinion, strictly. But
Yeah, and then too, even if they didn't screenshot the phone, they could have used another phone to take a picture of what's on the
yeah,
screen. She had his computer after a while, but this is
yeah,
really shortly after. So I
yeah,
doubt she would have had that back.
yeah.
So at 9:47 a.m., Chad texts Zulema. Hi Zulema, yes, I would be happy to give you a blessing, possibly this evening or tomorrow. It's crazy about Charles, but such a relief. So
Like,
Zulema, what?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you
No, no,
again,
no.
but this that is a huge deal. We've had a lot of LDS people reach out to us and explain things. That is a big deal.
Yes.
And they just take it so lightly. Like he didn't have authority to do that.
Mm-mm.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. So 1:37 p.m. and we are still on July 13th, 2 days after Charles's murder. Zulema texts Chad. Thank you, Chad. I'm working until 8, but let me know when you're ready and I'll take a break away that time. Same thing if tomorrow is better. I'm going to a farewell talk at 9 a.m. and then we'll work at 12, but I can take a break whenever you're ready. Yes, the Charles thing feels surreal still, but processing that big relief that he's gone.
So July 19th at 8:42 a.m., Lori is in Houston getting Charles's belongings, and she texts Chad, "Got Bailey. He seems good. Please clear him." Going out to the paddle boat, heart emoji. She indicates to Chad the dog has dark spirits.
God, they pulling Bailey into it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Chad responds, "Absolutely, but first I had to capture and seal away 500 level 2s that were in Bailey waiting to attack you when you fell asleep. They're gone now." Lips and heart emoji. This stuff, I'm telling you, it's like a game.
It is. The next thing, I don't think we need to read word for word. It's just a trust level chart of people close to Lori. Melanie Gibb was a 97. Melanie B, which at that time would have been Boudreaux, was
Yeah.
an 85. Zulema was a 96. Serena and was 18.
Yeah.
Christina, because she asked too many questions, she got booted down on the scale.
She
And
texts
then,
Chad too much.
yeah, Christina was 8. Thor was a 94, Jason was a 31, and Alex was a 94. Summer was a 40, Janice was a 15, Barry was an 8, and Adam was a 0. Stacy, Talia, Audrey, and Raphael are 100.
Okay, so Melanie Boudreaux, who's your niece, who's in with you, is below Melanie Gibb. That's that's so funny. Like your
Yeah.
family, like your mom is a 15.
Dude, my
Wow,
mom would be a 100 on my scale.
exactly. Yeah. So the same day at 5:41 p.m., Melanie Pulowski texts Lori, "It's Melanie Lee. My clear line, smiley face, I'll use for emergencies. If you have something you want to send to this phone, text me. She and she has a monkey emoji, and I'll know to look in this one.
Yeah, so they're using little emojis as codes.
Yep, yep. You want to
So,
get the next one?
yeah, July 21st, Melanie Pulowski sent Lori a message. You should get a life insurance policy on JJ, Tylee, and you. Because after Charles, we will see that anything can always happen. It's in if it's in the Lord's will. July 22nd and 23rd, through those 2 days, Chad texts Lori. There are only 272 threes left, and none of them have occupied a body before. They are down to their last reserves. I'm glad I caught Elroy. I feel he was aiming to hide out and then get into JJ. So this is the first time, literally 10, 11 days after Charles's murder, we start to see talk about JJ. And we know at this point, she's calling Tylee Hillary. She's disassociating them from the people they are.
Yeah.
And Lori says, "Good morning, sunshine. Miss you." And she has a sunshine emoji. "Didn't sleep much. Need you to check JJ. Weird stuff happened in the middle of the night. It's like they distracted us with Blake." Lips emoji. Lori then says, "Just dropped off JJ, cleared the school, and placed him in a shield of protection." So Chad sent Lori a message on July 30th that read, "Tammy is at a 3. JJ is at 2. Both are being heavily shielded to stop intruders."
Hey,
So
do you wanna stop right there?
let's stop at the very end of this page. We only have just a tad, and that
I
way next
gotcha.
time we'll
I
pick
see
right
it.
up.
Sorry, I didn't scroll down.
Okay, so July 26th at 8:13 p.m. This is another message from Bubby or Chad or Harry Potter or James or whatever you.
Whatever
James is
you
a Harry
are.
Potter name too. Jeez. Tonight I figured out who I feel like. I'm a grown-up version of Harry Potter who
There you
has to
go.
live with he put the Dudleys, it's the Dursleys, you moron, in his little space under the stairs. Every few weeks I get to escape and have amazing adventures with my goddess lover, but then I have to return to my place under the stairs feeling trapped. But I sense permanent freedom is coming soon. 2 fire emojis. So that's where we're going to stop.
Yeah, sorry, my computer's dying, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Porter,
Yeah. It's all crazy,
it's
like
all crazy.
but it gives you a glimpse into who was doing what, though.
I do get a big sense of Chad putting the foundations of this crazy stuff up, and it seems like they all just sort of added their own little wackiness to it, and then you just
Wha
had this whole thing.
Yeah, that's my question. How do you get to this point?
I don't know. I mean, it just blows my mind that people believe this stuff,
Yeah,
but I mean, look, um, Jim Jones, David Koresh, definitely
yeah,
bigger caliber than Chad, but
yeah,
if you can convince 1,000 people to drink cyanide laced Kool-Aid, people are very, I guess, easy to influence at times if you find the right person. And I'm fascinated with cults. I really, really want to start doing a lot of research on the psychology of cults. It's just something that
yeah,
I can't imagine somebody taking me right now. But there are cult leaders out there that could turn you and me into
yep,
whatever they wanted us to be. That's
yep,
just how it works. When you're manipulative and you combine love bombing with dangerous stuff, then
yeah,
you could probably, you give somebody a sense of purpose, you give them an exalted status. Alex
yep,
probably was the kind of kid that never, obviously didn't amount to much in his
yeah,
life. He followed his sister around, but you give him some exalted status by some dude that you think is a prophet or whatever he is.
yep.
Here we are. So
And they
we're going to,
tend to prey on people who have, like, messed up families and just
oh,
different things
yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah, because we've always said, you and I, our family would be like, "Oh no, you're not going anywhere. We're
yeah,
going to talk about this." So I think a lot of things contributed to where we were or where we are. I think
Yeah.
it's you can't nail it down to one thing.
No, it's
It
a
was just
conglomerate of many
yep.
things. Yep.
Yes, a hot mess express. All right, guys. Fruit Loop and I both. I'm blotchy and she's sneezy. We said this on the Brian
Look,
Laundry update. I'm gonna take
yeah,
some
and
Benadryl
my
and go to
sugar
bed.
dropped. Like my sugar dropped.
Mm,
I appreciate you being understanding. Like I'm leaning over eating peanut butter.
I know you are. I know it. Girl,
Uh,
we've been best friends 30 years. I know what you're doing over there.
I'm
You
eating
say your
peanut
sugar's
butter.
low and you're doing this. No, we got
Yeah.
it. We work in tandem.
Yep.
We don't even have to
Yep.
say nothing. I know what's up with you. So take
Yep.
care of your sugar, girl. Get
Yep.
it under control.
It is.
If
It's
not, I'm
coming
coming to
up.
get you. We're going
Yeah.
to the ER.
It's coming up. So I'm good.
Good. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow. We will not be able to do one, right?
Yeah. We're. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I wore that crown in the first video and forgot about it.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
had this
Bob Marley,
crown
guys.
on. Yeah, right here. See, I had that crown on.
Okay, so
Because we're
tell me
doing a
about the
pageant.
crown.
So we're doing a pageant tomorrow for at our theater. So I jokingly had that crown on and forgot about it. So that's why it was on when you watch it in the other episode.
My
Now you
Beetlejuice
know.
mug.
What does that say?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, I love
Look,
Beetlejuice. Don't say it
never,
3 times.
never
Wasn't
change.
Michael Keaton amazing in that movie?
Yes, I love that movie. Me and
Yeah.
Sarah Rose watched it when I had COVID. I was
Yeah, I
feeling
love
horrible.
that
We
movie.
watched. It's such a good movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
He
you
would
go
be
ahead
so
and
fun
walk
to hang
into
out
your
with,
house
so I'll
now.
call him. Just
Yeah.
don't do Bloody Mary.
Uh-uh. No,
All
we ain't
right,
doing
guys,
none of
we're
that.
out. Going to bed.
Good night.